going to talk about the SWV and Escape show. Okay, so I did see the first episode. I did not review it because I'm not gonna lie. When I watched it, I was just like, "Is this real?" Because when they got to arguing at the mom's house or whatever, I felt like for a minute I was seeing some smiles and some bad acting. Now that things have played out a little bit more, I feel like it is true. However, the other thing that was big for me, where I was just like, I don't know about this, the mom. Like, I just really felt like the mom was so over the top that it couldn't be real. I really did. I was just like, oh no, the mom is kind of ridiculous. This can't be real. Apparently, it's real. So let's talk about it real quick. So what happened in episode one? As we all know, they met up. The two groups met up. They were talking about, how they got together as groups and this and that or whatever. And I feel like we know the stories. They've both had their own, both groups rather. They've had their own reality shows. We know about SWV. We know about Escape or whatever. Like if I have to listen to the Escape story one more time, I'm a freaking. I don't know, but I don't want to hear it anymore. Like I don't. So we know all that. We know that they met up. They were talking about doing a tour together. They want a big production. Tamika wants it to be where everything is just kind of intertwined and you have Candy on the stage with Lily or Taj or like she just wants a big uh production and it sounded amazing. It sounded good. Now, you guys, is this the tour that Maddie and Kia Kaya was put off of? No, 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 no. Okay, no, I got the wrong thing because I was going to say, how long ago was this? That was Escape with Tamar Braxton. Okay, so that was not this. Um, Okay, so we know that that happened. The girls got to kind of arguing a little bit as WV was looking at them like, get your shit together, which is funny because on their show, they couldn't get their shit together. So now they're looking at them like, girls, grow up. So that was funny. We know that they met up. Tasha and Tamika met up with their mom. Tamika had one of her daughters, and they're talking, trying to get things out about the attitudes. Tamika feels like the mom is always taking Tasha's side. She feels like she has been kind of emotionally abused her whole life, even though she didn't really come out and say that. But the stuff that she's describing, yeah, it's kind of emotional abuse or whatever. So they end up getting into it, and Tamika just lets it fly that Tasha and her husband was stealing her royalties. She said that Tamika's mom, not Tamika, the other Tamika, what's her name? Tiny. Tiny's mom let Tamika know that, you're getting different royalties now. And it summed up to like $30,000 that they ended up stealing from her. And once that came out, everything blew up. The mom was just like, cut the cameras. So let's start from there. So episode two starts from them being outside. The mom is walking Tamika and the daughter to the car, and Tamika's, crying, and she's just like, I can't do this. I've been doing this my whole life. It's been like this the whole entire time or whatever. The mom is saying, she's just not on her team. So they're going back and forth. The daughter's in the middle. They end up, driving off. Tamika's all upset. She's crying or whatever, which is very unfortunate because she had her baby with her. Like, I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine. And let's just speak. I saw on Color Me Pink, she did a whole thing where she showed a live that Tamika and her two daughters did. And y'all, her daughters are so pretty. And then that little one, when I tell you that little one was not playing any games about her mama, she was not playing. And Tamika was just like, no matter what's happening, that's your grandmother, that's your auntie, you remain respectful. And that's easy for us to say because I feel the same way. Like we've always said that whenever we get into it, which is true, the kids are not involved. Like our young adults, we all have young adults now. They are not involved. You don't get to be mad at your Aunt Tani or Aunt Treese or whatever because I'm mad at them or they're mad at me. You don't get to be involved like that. Most of the time in our situation, our kids will actually take the side of the other auntie or uncle or whatever, and try to explain to their parent where you got somebody fucked up at, basically. Like, whenever I am mad and I'm explaining stuff to my baby, now, 9 times out of 10, she's on my team. I'm not even gonna lie, my baby is on my team all the time. However, if I'm wrong, she'll say I'm wrong. She'll be like, girl, why'd you do that? Like, and yeah, she do be calling me girl sometimes. And I'll be like, girl, quit calling me girl. But she'll just be like, you were wrong. You got to do this. You should do that, this and that or whatever. So, um, yeah, I think I understand the baby girls, her facial expressions and everything was just like, she's not playing no games about her mom. And it's her mom. So I understand. She don't want her mom, see her mom crying and super upset about these people abusing them. And these young adults now, they're so smart. Like, they are so in tune with their mental health. I really do feel that way. They know when something is going on, something's triggering them, something is depressed. Like, they're very in tune. Oh God, y'all, our young adults are so freaking smart. I love it. But anyway, so once I saw the live and everything, I do believe that it's real. I do believe that it's unfortunate. And yeah, I mean, let's get started. I just said a whole lot about what happened in episode 1 and their whole family dynamic. So we're gonna go through the episode, you guys. Yeah, so we pick up, like I said, it started off with them at the car where Tamika's leaving. The mom is still fussing at her and trying to act like Tasha didn't steal her money. And Tamika's just like, she still stole my money, and that whole thing. We then see Coco. She's with her son. They're getting they're about to go get their nails done. And I love the fact, number one, he looks exactly like her. Wait, can we talk about SWV for a second, you guys? Can we talk about the fact that they are chocolate women, or at least two? Well, they weren't even that chocolatey. Just Coco was kind of chocolate. But, the long nails, all that or whatever. So, back when they came out, my best friend and I, both chocolate. With long hair, our own long hair or whatever. And my best friend had the actual long nails. No, they weren't as long as Coco, but they were long. And people used to call us SWV all the time. And we were so irritated by that, because just because you're chocolate with long hair don't mean y'all look alike. And we don't look like them. Like, we were just like, we don't look like them. Quit calling us freaking SWV. But, like the music nonetheless. But just the fact that her son looks exactly like her, it's so cute. And the fact that he is able to be himself and be very open and be, live his life the way he wants to live his life. I love it. I love how accepting she is. And it was just, I love all of that, you guys. I love it. But anyway, Taj is getting ready. We see, what's her name? Lily with her sister. And Lily and her sister are funny, girl, y'all. When her sister was like, this coffee in a bag look a little weak. And then she was like, well, let it sit overnight. I died laughing. And the fact that they just kept kind of ribbing on each other, that's how sisters do. It was cute. I liked it. Then we show up at the candy factory and we see Candy in her little Gucci / Adidas outfit. It's cute, little short outfit and some heels. She looked cute. Her hair, everything was cute. Tiny show up and she's like, where you going? Why you all dressed up? And then when Tamika came, she's like, why y'all all dressed up? And I'm like, girl, they're on TV just like you. Ma'am, this is what you're supposed to do, Tiny. You got to get with the program. You have definitely had your own show. However, Tiny's show was different from Housewives and all that, where they be putting that shit on. Tiny was able to do whatever she wanted to do. It's about family, hustle, do whatever you want to do. But no, when you're on the Housewives and all that, you got to put that shit on. So Tiny, I feel like next time we gonna see her, she gonna be dressed. She says she's sporty spice, and I'll have it. I'll allow it. So Tamika comes in. She's sitting there telling them about, what happened at the house. She's like, yeah, and then I brought up the fact that she stole my royalties. They're like, oh, Lord. And she's in the confessional crying, saying that, when she told her mom that they stole $30,000, the mom was like, well, you don't know what she was going through at the time. Maybe she really needed that money. She's like, I was pregnant, and Ocean was in college that I was paying out of my pocket. But maybe she needed the money. And the cry, y'all, like, it was so heartbreaking. It was a very sincere, hurt cry. Like, This whole episode had me really, really feeling bad for Tamika. I really, anyway. So she's talking to them. She's telling them what happened, and then the Wicked Witch of the West comes in. Tasha at her house with her husband Rocco or whatever, and you guys, I don't know. Like, the house is nice. They don't have enough stuff on their counter. I'm sorry. I'm like, do y'all really live here? Because y'all, oh my God, I need more counter space. I swear I do. When you get to putting your appliances and shit up there, you don't have all that space. Listen, if they actually just really have all that space and they have, been able to keep it uncluttered or decluttered, whatever you want to say, then listen, much respect, because I need more space on my counter. So maybe I was just envious of that. But they sit down and she's telling him about, what happened. And he's like, yeah, why she keep bringing up something that didn't even happen? Sorry, guys. So, yeah, so they're talking about the fact that he's saying, why did my name come up? And I'm like, because you stole her money. God damn it. And I'm just like, allegedly, because I have to say allegedly. But whatever she say they did that shit. I believe it. I would just like to think that maybe Tasha did not know that he was stealing her money. I don't know. I would hate to think that she was really stealing her sister's money and she was okay with her husband doing this. So I don't know. I feel like they definitely took her money because she said she can prove it in writing. You can still go to jail. I mean, that's not hard to prove. It's not hard to prove where this money was going and who was taking it out of it. That's not hard to prove. So I believe her. And the fact that when she was on that live, she said she was paying taxes on that money. She paid taxes on that money. She didn't tell her daughters. She didn't tell her husband. She didn't tell, but she paid taxes, never got paid back or anything. Like, do y'all understand the level of being quiet and just taking that shit she was doing? Like, it's ridiculous to me. So they're talking about, again, he's like, well, when you say these allegations or whatever, you got to face the consequences of what's going to happen. And I'm like, what you going to do? What you going to do? It's just like, why you come over here lying on your sister, talking about she was stealing from you? You need to quit lying. You don't even have enough God in you to tell the truth or something. I mean, she was just saying a bunch of madness. And in the end, she's like, and if I hear anything about you jumping on your sister, I will beat your tail. And I'm just like, what? The mom is like so extra. It's crazy. And again, apparently it's real because she was sitting there crying. So it wasn't like, oh, she's playing too much or, oh, she's being extra for the cameras. I guess this is really her mom. Oh, God, that's so unfortunate. But it's crazy because when she's, sitting there telling them how, that's not me. I've always had her back. Excuse me, no matter what. And Candy is making these faces, and Tiny is laughing at her, but it was just inappropriate because this girl's sitting here crying and you're laughing. It's inappropriate, even though she was laughing at Candy, but girl, she's crying. Calm down. So yeah, and then Candy in the confessional is just like, yeah, she's always had her sister's back. It's just a whole lot of this that goes on in this episode, you guys. It's just the same old, same old. Normally I watch it back and everything, but I literally just watched this at work. Don't tell nobody, real quick. So I'm just gonna go off of memory of everything that I remember happening. I remember, like I said, Lily having her sister over and they're having breakfast and everything. She forgot to turn off the oven. Her big sister was like, girl, did you turn off the oven? And yeah, big sisters are good for something. And she said, how they wore hand-me-downs and she would just take her friends' hand-me-downs because she didn't really have money and they slept in the twin bed together. So as soon as she got money, she, she bought a king-size mattress, she said. So that was all nice. Let's see, what's her name? Coco and her son and her mom. Her mom came over, and I think it's like a total difference to see Coco just being regular. Do y'all remember their special that they had or their reality show where she was just so saved, and everything was just so even on episode 1 when she came in and she was like hitting everybody on the butt or whatever, I'm like, what? Remember, she didn't even want to sing Downtown. Like, she was just so saved. But now she just seems to be more outgoing, up to, she's playing with her mom. Like, you be having company when I'm not here. You be hunching and humping and all that. And the mom is like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. So that was cute. Apparently Coco has a son that is a rapper, and her other son wants to be a singer. I've never heard him sing. I just watched Rock's review. She said he sings very well. So, okay, that's great. And the grandma was just trying to tell him, listen, you wanted to be a dentist. Now you want to do this, but you're only 19. So it's going to switch up. What it is you want to do is more than likely going to switch up. So that's fine. That's the end of them. We see Taj. She's at home. Excuse me. Y'all, when she had her own reality show, I watched it and I thought I was in love with her husband. I was just like, oh my God, this man is just my perfect man. Like, he really is my perfect man. And the only thing I really, really, really remember, first of all, I thought she was very annoying on this show. I don't know. I can't remember why. But secondly, the whole scene with her dog, when her dog got out and was in the back or whatever. And I think they really did, like was it a wolf or a fox or somebody really did kill her dog. And she was so emotional. Like, that's all I really, really, really remember from the show. But yeah, so she's at home with her son. He looks like both of them. And, the guys are really happy to have her home for a couple days. So that's cool. Apparently her son's a senior. Okay, that's great. Back to Xscape. We have Candy talking to Todd and somebody else, I can't remember. Todd saying that they need to have some counseling and all that. So that happened, and I'm out of order. That's why I'm saying, well, that happened and that happened, because I'm out of order. I'm sure I'm out of sequence. But we also have Xscape meeting up, and what's her name? Tasha comes, and she's just like, now this is when Wicked Witch of the West comes. She didn't come to the other one. She came to this meeting. So she comes in and she's just shitty, of course, you guys. They're getting nowhere with her. They're asking her stuff and she's like, I gotta pray about it. I gotta figure it out. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Candy says no, she gotta talk to the brain. Then we see in the confessional where her husband is like talking to her in her ear, I guess telling her what to say or telling her what to think. I don't know. But production is like, what is he saying to you? Dude, sit down. And it just gave me flashbacks of R. Kelly when those two girls was interviewing with Gail, and somebody was in the background telling them what to say. Like, I'm just like, dude, sit down. He's giving me Monique's husband teased. Like, the fact that she can't move without her husband, and then like, But so they end up getting nowhere, like I said, and Tasha's just like, I'm not doing anything until, we talk, and we're not talking here, and we're not talking in front of them. Candy's like, cool. So once y'all talk and y'all get it squared away, then we can talk about doing this tour or whatever. And I guess that's fine. So we find out that Tasha is trying to go solo. Why? Girl, did it work before? Is anybody checking for you like at all? Is anybody checking for you in the group? Because I don't care about Xscape, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care. The fact that they are touring, it's only 3 of them, and I don't care. Like, I just don't give a shit. So she could be gone forever if it has, if I have anything to do with it, I don't care. But yeah, so she's trying to do a solo thing. She sings a little bit for these producers or whoever. And I thought they were asking her really good questions, but yeah, so again, we find out that she said that her and Candy, or her husband, that, they feel like she doesn't like Candy because they feel like Candy is jealous or was jealous because she wanted to go solo before, and Candy felt like she should be solo. And what? Like, Candy is definitely not jealous. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Like, you could go solo now and she still won't be jealous. She don't care. Like, you're just definitely not going to be at the level that Candy is at this point right now. No. So it's all ridiculous. But that's kind of it. That's it for the episode. So we will see what happens on the next one. Just a whole lot of family drama. but I'm here for it. So if you are still here, you are the real MVP. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. You guys, we're almost at 500. And I have decided, did I say it before? That I'm going to show my face when we make 500. I'm gonna show my face. I'm gonna put my face as one of the uh not what am I thinking? Not the post. I'm gonna put it as the thumbnail or whatever. So yeah, we're on our way. So if you have not already, please consider subscribing, like the video. It does wonders for my analytics. And again, if you are still here, you're the real MVP. I appreciate you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Smooches.